Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you Game 2 now in the series between TT Esports' Apollo 8K versus Gamania Sen. Here on Entombed Valley, Sen has spawned as the blue Zerg on the bottom left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Apollo 8K spawning as the red Zerg. So Zerg versus Zerg here in Entombed Valley, as we are going to see some overlords now doing a bit of scouting. No, AK actually stopping with this overlord, not quite sure why, as the overlords are going to continue to move along their merry way. Now this is not going to be a close third and expanding into each other's third base, as it is going to be a north-south position. Now we'll see if Sen does opt to go for a hatchery first this time around, as the map does feel a little bit smaller. And once you do scout your opponent, all it is just one short run down here in order to get inside your opponent's base and take a look around. Spawning pool from AK now coming in, and this is in fact a 10 pool. So a 10 pool already coming in. Meanwhile, Sen has gone into the supply lead, training up some additional drones, and he is going to have an economic advantage. How many drones will Sen be able to train up? And if he now goes for a hatch first, that could be very bad news. The Zerglings are going to be ready. There we go. And it looks like Sen will be going for that hatch first. That hatch first will mean that there are going to be about 6 to 8 Zerglings inside his base well before his spawning pool is completed. Spawning pool now, what? A hatchery already coming in, spawning pool about to be completed, needing 10 more seconds there. Sen opting to once again train in one more additional drone, and every drone that he trains now is very problematic, as he's getting very greedy, sitting at 16/18 without a spawning pool to his name just quite yet. The Zerglings are about halfway done, and those Zerglings will be running down. Spawning pool is coming into position now. Baneling's nest now coming in from AK, so we could have offensive Banelings with these offensive Banelings as a drone now trying to scout out in the opposite direction. The one scouting drone will get taken down rather quickly. This drone will be able to spot it down over here. The drone now taking a look, making sure that there is nothing. Sen about halfway done with his spawning pool, as the Zerglings are already coming down the map. This is huge. AK looking to deal a lot of damage here, as the Baneling's nest is about 20 seconds away from being completed, faster than the spawning pool of his opponent. Zerglings are not going to even bother with the hatchery, knowing that they can get some easy shots here. Drone now taking easy damage, and this is bad news here. The drones now trying to make their way around. We are going to see the drones just pull themselves in a corner right there, and all AK needs to do now is just train up some Banelings, and he will be able to deal a lot of damage here. The drone's now trying to pull together once more. 6 Zerglings going back and forth. You can see 2 more Zerglings being added. Sen now going into 10 Zerglings here. Where is he going to go, as he does have that second hatchery? The Zerglings are going to be forced to back off. Here in comes some Banelings, and the Banelings are simply just going to try to walk up that ramp, and here we go. This could be very bad news. One Baneling does take out 2 Zerglings. That is not a good hit at all, as the Banelings now need to make their way in. More Banelings need to come in as well. AK needs to get on top of that. More Banelings are now joining in on this fight, as the Banelings are trying to detonate. Are they going to be able to get off any hits at all is the question. Some Banelings do go down. It is now Sen sitting at 20 over Apollo AK's 15/18. Zerglings now looking to engage once more. They're doing a little bit of a dance, and this Baneling use is not perfect, but is it going to be enough damage anyways? The Zerglings are still battling it back and forth. The Zerglings are now dancing back once again, as the Zerglings are going to come in, and there you go. We have 6 Zerglings against the only 2 here, and more units are going to be coming in. And let's take a look. Zerglings are now trying to come back down around. The Banelings are now trying to make their way in. The Banelings, are they going to be able to find those drones is the key question, as there is a spine crawler in the back, beautifully placed to protect the mineral line here. The Banelings do take down some Zerglings now once again, as the Queen now coming over to try and engage. Is it going to be able to get off any shots here? And it looks as though there is going to be a nice hit, but that is just a bunch of low hit point drones, and that is it. Wow, this could be huge. If AK can follow this up, this could be the end of it, but the Zerglings need to dance back and forth once again. The Queen a little bit too far off of creep, as the Queen now going to stand there on the ramp. One Zergling, nope. One Zergling does get taken down there, and Sen holding the ramp with 1 Queen and 2 Zerglings should be able to do this. One Baneling, is it going to be able to detonate? Oh, they are trying to make their way up, and 1 Queen, nope. This Baneling down to 3 hit points is going to get detonated on the other side. And AK now at 16/18 supply. This is not good. He has no follow-up at all. Let's take a look at the harvester count. 10 drones versus 15. And more importantly, we do have some hatcheries in play. Sen with a hatchery advantage, and now AK may simply fall to Sen here, as the drones are now trying to handle all of these Zerglings once more. Zerglings are dancing back and forth over here. Spinecrawler is going to be rooted. Sen does have 3 queens, and the queen range upgrade really changing even Zerg versus Zerg dynamic, as they're able to get in a lot of easy shots onto those banelings. And Zerglings still dancing back and forth. You can see that the Spinecrawler is in position here. Will they be able to poke apart and take down some of those Zerglings? You can also see that the queens are all down in the bottom part of the ramp, and we are going into a 4th queen now, as Sen knows that all he needs to do is hold on for the victory. He has this commanding lead, and we still don't see a queen yet coming in from AK. AK is in a bit of trouble here as the Spinecrawler now makes its way forward. We can see some creep tumors are in position. Not quite sure why he wants the creep tumors that forward, but then again, it does give him higher mobility for those queens, and the queens are the main defensive unit. Now, Sen sitting on 4 queens. We are going to be going into AK with a couple banelings, but these banelings are not going to be able to make it up the ramp. Another round of Zerglings coming in. No metabolic boost at all, as AK just mining minerals now, finally with the queen, and getting off some crucial injects in order to get a higher larva count. Zergling's going to try to run up the ramp here. Here we go. How much damage can they do? Going to go ahead and try and surround this, as the banelings now making their way inside the mineral line, taking down finally some drones, but that didn't really do very much of anything. Harvester count is now 25 to 12, evening things up more than anything else, but still a 100% advantage for Sen over AK at this point. Queens now going to clean this up here. We have 5 queens, and at this point Sen can simply play with style and lay down creep tumors all the way across the map and use queens in order to attack his opponent's base. He has 5 queens out running on 2 bases. There are so many creep tumors. Sen has a lot of energy for transfusions as well. If he just makes his way off to the north, he's going to be able to handle all of these Zerglings and also just attack his opponent's base pretty easily. Queens now still dancing their way forward just a little bit. You can see Zerglings now coming back down from the north, trying to take down some of these creep tumors, but the queens are going to be able to get there in time. And the more room that these queens have to play, the better and stronger they'll be, as Gamania Sen just going now into 8 queens, with 2 more being trained still. So he's going into a mass queen strategy, and this may just simply trying to be an insult here, as he knows he can just walk out with these queens. These queens are just going to do a slow walk up the ramp. AK now coming back around, and this is so cute play coming in from Sen. As we now see Zerglings trying to make their way up. Zerglings are in position here. AK is not going to be able to make it up, and there is the GG. He knows that that slow-moving army of queens would simply destroy his base in a matter of seconds, and there you go. So we will be going into Game 3. Double match point for Sen in this best-of-5 series. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.